Hello, my wonderful friend. Welcome to the VUS Learning English podcast. My name is Anna, and I am so happy you are here today. If this is your first time listening, welcome. And if you are a returning listener, welcome back. I am always so happy to have you with us. Today we have a very special episode. We are going to make your English sound more natural, more like a native speaker. How will we do this? We will learn 50 new phrases. These are called phrasal verbs. These are words that people use every single day. They use them in conversation with friends, at work, and at home. Learning them will help you understand more, and it will help you speak with more confidence. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me. It means the world to me. Before we begin, I have a small favor to ask. If you enjoy this podcast, please think about following or subscribing. It helps our little community grow, and it helps more English learners just like you find us. I'm always curious. Where are you listening from today? Are you in a busy city or a quiet town? Are you in Europe, Asia, Africa, the Americas? Okay, let's start this journey together. Let's learn some new words. Let's begin with your day, the morning time. These are words you can use from the moment you open your eyes. Our first phrasal verb is wake up. Wake up. This means you stop sleeping, your eyes open. Your mind starts to work again. It is the first moment of your day. For example, you can say, I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. Maybe a noise wakes you up. A loud sound from the street woke me up. Did you see that? Woke me up. You can put the word me in the middle. That is very common. The alarm clock woke him up. So the first thing you do is wake up. You are not sleeping anymore. What comes next? Next is our second phrasal verb, get up. Get up. This is the action. This is when you move your body out of the bed. You can wake up but stay in bed. Maybe you check your phone. Maybe you just enjoy the warm bed. But when you leave the bed, you get up. Let's make a small story. I wake up at 7:30. But I am a little tired, so I lie in bed for 10 more minutes. Then at 7:40, I finally get up. I put my feet on the floor and stand up. So you wake up first. Then you get up. They are different, but they are partners in the morning. You are doing wonderfully. Let's continue our morning. Now you are out of bed. The room might be dark. So our next phrasal verb is turn on. Turn on. You use this for machines, for electricity. You turn on the lights. You turn on the coffee machine. You turn on your computer. It means to give it power, to start it. For example, the first thing I do is turn on the light in the kitchen. Can you please turn on the television? And what is the opposite? The opposite is turn off. Turn off. This means you stop the power. When you leave a room, you turn off the lights. Before you go to sleep, you turn off your phone. Let's try it in a sentence. Please remember to turn off the computer when you are finished. He forgot to turn off the television. Just like wake up, you can put a word in the middle. Can you turn the music on? Please turn the heater off. You are doing such a great job. Let's keep going. Okay, you're up. The lights are on. What is next? You need to wear clothes. Our next phrasal verb is put on. Put on. This is the action of dressing your body. You put on a shirt. You put on your pants. You put on your socks. For example, it is cold today. I need to put on a sweater. She is in her room putting on her shoes. You can also put on makeup. You can put on your glasses. And the opposite, when you come home at the end of the day, you take off your clothes. Take off. This means to remove. I can't wait to get home and take off these formal clothes. He came inside and took off his coat. You can also separate this one. Please take your shoes off at the door. She took her glasses off and cleaned them. So you put on in the morning, and you take off at night. See? It is like a story. Let's learn a few more for our daily lives. What about leaving the house? For this, we can say, go out. Go out. This usually means you leave home for fun, to be social, to meet friends. Are you going out tonight? This means, do you have plans to go somewhere for enjoyment? We like to go out for dinner on Saturdays. And when you return home, you come back. Come back. This is to return to the place you started. Usually your home. A mother might say to her child, I want you to come back home before dark. He went to the store. He will come back soon. What time did you come back last night? Wonderful. What if you decide to go to a restaurant? The phrasal verb for this is eat out. Eat out. It simply means to eat a meal at a restaurant, not home. I am too tired to cook. Let's eat out tonight. They eat out at that lovely cafe every weekend. It feels good to eat out sometimes. It is a nice treat. After you eat at home, there might be a mess, so you need to clean up. Clean up. This means to make a place tidy and clean. After dinner, we all help to clean up the kitchen. The children need to clean up their toys before bed. You can also put the mess in the middle. Can you help me clean this spill up? Our final one for daily life is very healthy. It is work out. Work out. This means to do exercise, to go to the gym, to go for a run, to do yoga. I try to work out 3 times a week. She feels so much better after she works out in the morning. Working out is good for your body and your mind. Wow, look at that. You have just learned 10 amazing phrases for your daily life. From waking up to working out, you can describe your whole day. This is a huge step. Take a deep breath. You are doing beautifully. If you're enjoying this lesson, please take just 1 second to tap the like or follow button. It is a small click for you, but it helps our podcast reach more people who want to learn English. Thank you for that. Now, let's move from our daily routines to our relationships. How we talk about people, our friends, our family, our partners. Our first phrase in this group is get along with. Get along with, this is a beautiful phrase. It means you have a good, friendly relationship with someone. There are no problems. You enjoy their company. I am so happy that I get along with my neighbors. My sister and I get along very well. We never fight. Do you get along with your boss? It's a wonderful feeling to get along with the people in your life. Now for a little romance. What if you like someone and you want to invite them for a date? You ask them out? Ask out. To invite someone for a romantic meeting, like dinner or a movie. He is very shy. He wants to ask Maria out, but he is nervous. Did he really ask you out? That's amazing. You see how we can separate it. Ask Maria out. Ask her out. Now, sometimes relationships end. This is sad, but it is a part of life. The phrase for this is break up. Break up. This is when a romantic couple decides to end their relationship. They were together for 2 years, but they decided to break up. Did you hear? Sam broke up with his girlfriend. It is always difficult when people break up. But after a fight or a disagreement, there is hope. People can make up. Make up. This means to forgive each other and become friends or a couple again. My friend and I had an argument, but we made up the next day. Couples often argue, but the important thing is to make up afterwards. They always have a small fight and then they make up. So break up is the end, but make up is a new beginning. What about meeting people by surprise? This is a fun one. You run into someone. Run into. This means you meet someone unexpectedly. You did not plan to see them. I was at the grocery store and I ran into my old teacher. It was such a surprise. Guess who I ran into at the library? Our old friend, Tom. It sounds so much more natural than I saw my teacher by accident. To run into someone. It's perfect. When you see a friend after a long time, you need to catch up. Catch up with. This means to talk and learn about each other's lives. What has been happening since you last saw them? Let's have coffee this weekend. I would love to catch up with you. It was so nice to catch up with my cousins at the wedding. I learned all their news. And what if you just want to spend time with friends with no special plan? You hang out. Hang out. This is very common and very informal. It means to relax and spend time with someone. Do you want to come over to my house and hang out on Saturday? The teenagers like to hang out at the park after school. It's not a formal plan. It's just enjoying time together. This next one is about feelings for the future. Look forward to. Look forward to. This means you are happy and excited about something that will happen. I am really looking forward to my holiday. I need a rest. She is looking forward to seeing her family. A small but important grammar tip. After look forward to, you use a noun or a verb with an ing ending. I look forward to the party. I look forward to seeing you. You are doing so well. Just a couple more in this group. This one is a little sad. To let someone down. Let down. This means to disappoint someone. You failed to do what they expected or what you promised. He promised to help me move. I hope he doesn't let me down. I felt terrible. I felt like I let down my entire teams. You can see me and my team in the middle. I don't want to let you down. Our final word for relationships is show up. Show up. This means to arrive at a place, especially when people are waiting for you. The party was at 8 o'clock, but he didn't show up until 10 o'clock. I was so happy that all my friends showed up for my birthday. It can also mean to arrive without an invitation. He just showed up at my house with flowers. Wonderful, just wonderful. You have now learned 20 phrasal verbs. 20! That is amazing progress. Take a moment, feel proud of yourself. Learning a language is a journey, and you are walking it beautifully. Now let's talk about work. Whether you work in an office, a shop, a hospital, or from home, these words are very useful. Let's make your professional English sound great. First, we have take on. Take on. At work, this means to accept a new task, a new project, or a new responsibility. My boss asked me to take on the new project. It's a big responsibility. I'm too busy right now. I cannot take on any more. The company is growing. They plan to take on 20 new employees this year. When you have a task, you must carry out the instructions. Carry out. This means to do or complete a task. It sounds very professional. The doctor needs to carry out more tests. Our team will carry out the plan exactly as we discussed. We must carry out our duties with care. What happens when you work too much? You can burn out. Burn out. This is a very important phrase. It means you become extremely tired and lose all your energy and motivation because of too much work and stress. He was working 12 hours every day. He completely burned out. It's important to take holidays. If you don't rest, you will burn out. Please take care of yourself. Burnout is a serious problem. Sometimes plans at work change. A meeting might be canceled. We say it is called off. Call off. To cancel an event that was planned. They had to call off the company picnic because of the rain. The meeting was called off at the last minute. We can separate this one too. The manager called the meeting off. This is different from our next phrase, put off. Put off. To call off is to cancel completely. To put off is to move it to a later time. To postpone. Let's put off this discussion until tomorrow. We are all too tired. We had to put off the launch of the new product by 1 month. Don't put off your homework until the last minute. This is very good advice. You are doing great. Let's learn about making plans. The phrase is draw up. Draw up. This means to prepare a formal written document, like a contract, a plan, or a report. The lawyers will draw up a new contract for us to sign. We need to draw up a business plan for the new company. After a meeting or a conversation, it is good to follow up. Follow up. This means to take more action or to check on something later. Thank you for the meeting. I will follow up with an email that summarizes everything. A client called with a problem. Did anyone follow up with her? In business, roles can change. Someone new might take over. Take over. This means to take control of something, like a job or a company. The current manager is leaving. The new manager will take over next Monday. She will take over the project while David is on holiday. And the opposite of take over? To step down. Step down. This means to resign or leave an important position. After 30 years at the company, the CEO announced he will step down. She decided to step down from her role as director to spend more time with her family. This last one for work is difficult, but important to know. Lay off. Lay off. This is when a company ends a worker's job. It is not because the worker did something wrong. It is usually for business reasons, like the company is not making enough money. Because of the slow economy, the factory had to lay off 100 workers. It is a very stressful time. Many companies are laying off staff. And that's another 10. You have learned 30 phrasal verbs. 30. You now have words for daily life, for relationships, and for work. You are building a powerful vocabulary. Remember to be patient with yourself. You don't need to remember all of them right now. Just listening is helping your brain. You are amazing. Let's continue. Life is full of little problems and big questions. These next phrases are perfect for talking about challenges and solutions. Our first one is so useful. Figure out. Figure out. This means to understand something or to find a solution to a problem by thinking. I can't figure out how to build this furniture. The instructions are confusing. Don't worry, we have a problem, but we will figure out a solution together. It took me a long time to figure out the answer. Sometimes you see something that others don't. You can point it out. Point out, this means to show or draw attention to a piece of information. He pointed out a mistake in the report that nobody else had seen. Thank you for pointing that out. I did not notice it. Can you point out where we are on the map? When there's a problem, you need to look into it. Look into, this means to investigate or examine the facts about something. It's like investigate, but much more common in everyday speech. Some customers are complaining. We need to look into the problem immediately. The police are looking into the strange noise that people heard last night. Sometimes in a conversation, you need to introduce a new topic. You bring it up. Bring up. To start talking about a particular subject. He is the one who brought up the idea of moving to a new city. I was afraid to bring up the money issue, but I knew we had to talk about it. Why did you bring that up? I don't want to talk about it. When a situation is messy or confusing, you need to sort it out. Sort out. This means to organize something or to solve a problem. My desk is a complete mess. I need to sort out all these papers. There was a mistake with our tickets, but the airline staff helped us sort it out. We have some problems, but we will find a way to sort them out. This next one is for creativity and new ideas. Come up with. Come up with. This means to think of a new idea, a plan, or a solution. She is so creative. She always comes up with the best ideas. We need to come up with a new plan for our marketing. The team sat in a room for hours until they came up with a solution. Before you do something, it is good to review it. You go over it. Go over, to review, check, or examine something carefully. Let's go over the presentation one more time before the meeting. I need to go over my notes before the exam tomorrow. The teacher will go over the answers with the classes. What if someone does not understand you? You might need to spell it out. Spell out. This means to explain something in a very simple, clear, and detailed way. He still doesn't understand the danger. Do I have to spell it out for him? The instructions were very clear. The book spelled out every single step. When solving a problem, you can remove possibilities. You rule them out. Rule out. To decide that something is not a possible cause or option. The doctor did some tests to rule out any serious problems. We can rule out using that idea. It is far too expensive. The police have ruled out the first suspect. Our final phrase for this group is very, very common. Deal with. Deal with. This means to take the necessary action for a situation or a person, to handle it. I have a lot of emails to deal with this morning. She is very good at her job. She knows how to deal with difficult customers. This is a problem we have to deal with now. We cannot ignore it. And that is 40. 40 phrasal verbs. You are so capable. You are so strong. Learning a language takes courage. And you have so much courage. Look at how far you have come in this one episode. We have one more group of 10, just 10 more. This last group is all about travel and movement. Let's get ready for an adventure. When you go to a hotel or an airport, you must check in. Check in. This is when you arrive and register. You give your name and get your keys or your ticket. We should check in for our flight online. It is faster. When we arrived at the hotel, the first thing we did was check in. The opposite of this is check out. Check out. This is when you leave your hotel and pay your bill. We have to check out of the hotel by 11 o'clock in the morning. After you check in at the airport, you wait for your plane to take off. Take off. Yes, we learned this for clothes. But for travel, it means something very different. When an airplane takes off, it leaves the ground and begins to fly. The plane is expected to take off on time. I love the feeling when the plane takes off. It is so exciting. And when the plane lands, it touches down. Touchdown. This is when the airplane lands on the ground. After a 10-hour flight, we finally touched down in London. The pilot made a very smooth landing. The plane touched down perfectly. To talk about the start of any journey, you can use set off. Set off. This means to begin a trip or a journey. We need to set off very early tomorrow if we want to avoid the traffic. They set off on their big adventure across the country. When a friend is leaving for a trip, you might go with them to the airport to say goodbye. You go to see them off. See off. To go to an airport or station to say goodbye to someone who is leaving. His entire family was there to see him off. It was very emotional. We went to the train station to see off our friends. What if someone is arriving? You can go to pick them up. Pick up. This means to go and collect someone from a place, usually with a car. My flight arrives at 9 o'clock. Can you pick me up from the airport? I need to go now. I have to pick up my children from school. The opposite of this is drop off. Drop off. To take someone to a place and leave them there. Can you drop me off at the station on your way to work? I dropped off the package at the post office. You are doing great. Only 3 more to go. When you need a holiday to escape from your normal life, you need to get away. Get away. To go on vacation, often to relax and escape stress. I have been working so hard. I really need to get away for a few days. They went to a small cabin in the mountains to get away from the city noise. When you are in a new place, you want to look around. Look around. This means to explore a place, to walk and see what is there. We have a few hours before our dinner reservation. Let's look around the old town. The first day of our trip was spent just looking around the neighborhood near our hotel. And now our final phrasal verb, number 50. It is end up. End up. This is a wonderful phrase. It describes the final result of a situation, often an unexpected result. For travel, you could say, we took a wrong turn, but we ended up at a beautiful hidden beach. It can be used for anything in life. I studied to be a lawyer, but I ended up becoming a writer. They argued all the time, and they ended up getting divorced. We didn't have a plan for dinner, so we ended up ordering pizza. And that is 50. 50 phrasal verbs. You did it. You listened and learned through all of them. Wow, we have covered so much today. We learned words for the morning, for friends, for work, for problems, and for travel. Remember that feeling you sometimes have? That feeling that you don't sound natural in English? That feeling comes from not knowing these small common phrases. And today you have taken a very, very big step to change that. But please do not feel you must memorize all 50 words tonight. That is not the way. Learning is a slow, gentle process. The real magic is in practice. Choose one group, just one. Maybe the first 10 words about your daily routine. Try to use just 1 or 2 new phrases this week. When you get out of bed, you can say to yourself, I am getting up. When you turn on the light, you can say, I am turning on the light. Be gentle with yourself. Celebrate the small victories. Every single word you learn is a victory. I want you to know how proud I am of you for being here today, for investing this time in yourself and in your English journey. Learning a language is not always easy, but it is always worth it. It opens new doors. It connects you with new people. It helps you see the world in a new way. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for learning with me today. If this episode helped you, please consider sharing it with a friend who is also learning. And a comment from you always makes my day. You could tell me, Which phrasal verb was new for you today? Which one was the most interesting or surprising? Keep practicing, keep being curious, and remember to be kind to yourself on this journey. You are doing more than enough. Thank you again, my friend. I will see you next time.